5. So 5 or 6 days after the procedure, and that's the typical after a rhinoplasty. So the splint that I put on stays for about 5 or 6 days, maybe 7. The little pads that I put on the inside of the nose came out after day 2, right, or 1?
1.
1 day. So who took them out?
Yeah.
Who took?
I took them out.
You took them out?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's brave. Well, these are these little Talfa pads that we put in the nose that you may have seen in the video, and they come out after a day or so, depending on how much work I do on the inside. So just to educate everyone, these are my worksheets, and my worksheets are sort of like my Zen diagram of what I did in the nose, because obviously you don't see much, but you only learn by documenting what you did and then kind of following up and seeing the difference in the results. So basically, I mean, she had a little bit of a challenging nose for sure. It was a bigger nose than we wanted, and the tip was kind of projecting a little bit wider. There were some features that were just not particularly flattering to her gorgeous face, and she has a small face, so the nose was just a little bit bigger than usual. I did get a little bit of bruisey on her because when I broke her bones, she just bled more than other people, which it happens, and so that's the bruisey that you can see under the eyes. No, I did not strike her with my fist. This was honest to goodness part of the whole procedure. In addition to the notes that I have here, which shows how I fractured her bones medially and laterally, and how I reduced her hump, and how I manipulated her cartilages, and put in stitches and all this kind of stuff. I have some notes that I put to myself, and part of my notes here says it went well. The tip is deprojected, which basically means that if her tip comes out a lot, I got it back a bunch, which was kind of nice. I wrote to myself that I got a better balance in the nature of the nose, so that's usually a relationship between the tip and the dorsum here. And as I always write with everybody, it won't be perfect, but it'll be a lot better. And I think that's a good education for anyone who's looking at a nose job, is that, you know, look, you can't really make a nose perfect. If we're lucky to get there, it's just flat out luck, but you can make it usually a lot better than it was, and most importantly is you want to make sure that you don't get into the funkadelic stuff that other people get into, like Michael Jackson and the botch stuff. So keeping it real is part of the reason why people tend to come to me. And then I wrote to myself that how I'm going to manage her nose afterwards. So basically there are some things that I'm going to do when I'm done removing her splint that she's going to do at home in order to just kind of continue to mold the nose. The nose isn't just like, you know, you open up your Christmas present and then that's it. It actually changes a lot over a long period of time, years actually. So, I mean, you get to see the major difference right away, but then it just kind of keeps getting better with time. So I don't have the luxury of looking at what her nose did look like, but I will take a look. You have, oh, right here. So here's my model, my nurse model, who is like, you're like the Vanna White. And so let's just look, that's her nose, just a little bit of a hyperprojection of a tip and a little bit of a dorsum, a little bit too much. A lot of it's her tip. It's just like she's just got a big tip, and I remember she had really strong cartilages. You can actually see these cartilages. Look here, folks. See, that is the cartilage right there. So she had really strong cartilages, and we've done a lot of noses since her, and you can see the separation of the cartilage right here on the tip. So you have this light reflection here, this light reflection here, and this distance here, which makes her tip wider. And what you can already see even in this video here is that their tip defining points, the tip itself is just a lot closer. It's not uncommon to get pimples on the nose after this gizmo is up there because it kind of clogs your pores. So we expect a little sort of pimple city. That gets better. We clean that up. And then oftentimes when we take the splint off, I'm pulling a lot of the skin with it, which stretches it out and makes it more swollen, which is not too cool either, but it's just no other way to get this thing off. And sometimes we actually have the patients take these splints home if they want as sort of trophies, but we'll see what she wants. How's your breathing?
It's great.
Not bad? Yeah. Okay, that's a good thing. Most times after you're done with a nose job, breathing's compromised because of the swelling that tends to happen on the inside of the nose. This stuff gets pretty sticky.